Hello everyone, this is General History and this is part 23 of my Ultimate General Civil War playthrough. We are approaching the end of the Battle of Antietam. We just really have one more hurdle for the most part to contend against, and that is the battle here in the south. Now, we do have a large Union force here in the north, which I'm beginning to get really worried about, because it seems like they've committed all their troops to my forces near the Dunker Church. So I'm thinking about it. I think I'm gonna start pulling some of my troops here from the Sunken Road. I will probably keep the ones that are actually in position here in position, but I think what I'm gonna do is these four divisions I have in reserve, I think I'm going to move them up here and sort of hit the Union left, because I could be wrong, but I believe now I'm going to use Leonard here to sort of scout out these ridges to the north east here, just to make sure they don't have anything in reserve. But like I said, I'm going to sort of try and move these four divisions across the Union left here in the north to try and start breaking up some of that huge congestion of just Union forces that are just plowing into my troops here. But like I said, I also have now the south to contend with, as well as forces here at the middle bridge. So let's go ahead and get these troops into position. I probably might leave some in reserve. We do have some forces down here. Now, all these troops are green, and they have pretty poor rifles. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and move Gladden into reserve. Ransom, I'm going to move on to these heights. And then Wheaton and Kitchen onto these heights. Law, I will probably move. We'll just move him here. And we also have some forces here in the city. Now these sharpshooters, I think I'll just leave where they are in the city, just in case somehow, some way, Union has slipped some forces by. I don't want to end up losing Sharpsburg, because in order to gain victory, I do have to hold all positions. So and to draw, I have to at least hold Sharpsburg. So the last thing I want to do is lose Sharpsburg itself. So let's go ahead and move Longstreet up as well, sort of get him into position. And then we'll move my artillery here onto these heights. And like I said, let's go ahead and begin moving these guys forward, these reserve troops. There we go. And like I said, we'll move Leonard forward as well. We'll move him, like I said, sort of up that northeasterly route, just to see what they got. I'm also moving my supply reserve up here as well. Oh great, Kershaw's wounded now too. We're losing a lot of our generals, which was, like I said, traditionally true in this battle. Ooh, Pogue is getting beat there on the right. Start moving Pharaoh up, because he's going to lose his position here in a minute. In fact, actually, we're just going to refuse our flank there. I'm going to move Coke into these woods here. Like I said, I don't see any Union troops coming up this way. And they do have a pretty significant force too here at the on this hill here across from the middle bridge, and they are moving more troops forward. So go ahead and move these sharpshooters into position as well. As well as, let's go ahead and get these guns overlooking this area. As well as, we'll go ahead and put Barksdale in reserve over here, seeing as it looks like they might make a push here at the middle bridge. So we beat back the first assault. Now, let's go ahead and start talking about Burnside Bridge. We're going to try and keep an eye on both sides of the battle here. although it doesn't look like we're being, they're really forcing the issue down here on the bridge. Let's go ahead and move Forrest up a little bit just to see what they have going on over here. Maybe we can find a supply wagon to take. Now, Burnside was under explicit orders to attack, he was under explicit orders to wait to attack, until he was given the word. They are actually really starting to push here, but I believe we got the forces here to really hold them off. And the Alabama Brigade broke. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and move the Tigers and the Bloody Eight back now. If they've broken, I don't want them to have to hold in the middle here. So Burnside was under explicit orders to attack, to wait for an attack. These orders wouldn't come to about 10 o'clock, which is about 2 hours before, after McClellan actually issued these orders. God. Let's go ahead and move my supply wagon back a little. So these guys are starting to get into position. I'm not going to risk it. We're forced. If it was one of my other cavalry units that were cheap, I'd go in there. Hit those artillery guns. Now, the force facing Burnside was actually incredibly weak. Sort of like we are now, but weak in a different way. We actually have a lot more troops than they had. The force under Jones, D.R. Jones, was only about 3,000 troops. Those 3,000 troops were, though, set up in really good positions. However, Burnside had a force of about 12,000 troops. Now the bridge was this bottom bridge which was actually called Roebuck Bridge, I believe is how it's pronounced. Was defended on, was totally exposed. There's actually a little bit more woods here than there truly was. But it was very exposed, and on the western bank they actually had high bluffs, which you sort of see here, that were wooded, which made it very easy for the Confederate soldiers to hide in these woods and just pour fire in on any Union troops that tried to cross. And that's exactly what happened. So Burnside sends several attacks. The first two attacks fail, of course with high casualties. Ooh, Farrell's starting to get... I'm gonna go ahead and try and retreat these guys a little bit. Try and get Hancock's men out into the open. Got enough forces in reserve, so I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, even if they really start making some big pushes here, I'm really not too worried about it. I'll move these two really battered brigades into the west woods. Everybody else I'll sort of leave out here. So yeah, the first two attacks by Burnside sort of fail miserably. Like I said, they take very heavy casualties. Now during this whole time, McClellan is growing very irritated that Burnside he feels like he's not making a significant push to take the bridge. He's sending various couriers. Now battles now wounded, so now their morale is going to take huge effect. So like I said, he feels like Burnside isn't making a significant push. I'm gonna go ahead and get these cavalry in here. So he's sending all these couriers. Burnside is then getting irritated. Now, finally, on the third attempt, a brigade under the command of Edward Fierro, they finally break the line. Now, Fierro was not very popular amongst his men. He had actually canceled the daily whiskey rations for his men, which was very upsetting. So, when he ordered them across the bridge, one of his soldiers asks him, if we take the bridge, can we have our whiskey back? To which Pharaoh said, you can have all the whiskey you want. And with this being told to his troops, they take the bridge under heavy casualties. They take heavy casualties, but they are able to force their way across to the west bank of the bridge, effectively taking the bridge. Now this, as well as the fact that the bridge was being held by forces under Tombs. This, and after Tombs gets words that Isaac Rodman is also crossing Snevely's Ford in the south, which is, oh no, our Lewis Armistead is killed. Oh my god, we are taking, this is terrible. Where is Lewis Armistead? I don't even know. That cavalry didn't last too long. Oh, how did... So we actually are starting to get some forces here. Looks like finally coming down this road. But yeah, so I'm sorry. So Union forces under Isaac Rodman, they start crossing Snevely's Ford to the south. This forces Tombs to reevaluate his position, and he begins withdrawing his men back towards Sharpsburg. Now, he was very effective in being able to delay Burnside for a little over 3 hours, which is very important, as we'll find out later in the battle. Now, Burnside also begins to get this all, begins to stall even more as he attempts to cross the bridge with all his men and troops. The bridge is a very narrow bridge, and it becomes very difficult for him to actually move his troops as well as his supply wagons across the bridge. We are actually, speaking of supply, it looks like we are actually running out of supply. Edwards is almost out of supply. Move him up here though. And where is my supply wagon? Down here. Go ahead and start moving wood. That's where most of the fighting is. I think he's pretty much resupplied most of these men. Yeah, he has. I think what I'm gonna do is actually make an incursion. We're actually gonna go across the bridge, or across Snevely's Ford, and try and hit these guys in the rear. We'll see what happens. We are sort of taking some casualties here. Maybe if I can force these guys back, I can use this whole assault force, get them across Burnside Bridge, and maybe hit these guys in the rear. Because these guys are starting to take a lot of casualties themselves. So they got Springfields. Bragg in the woods. So here's all their supply wagons. In fact, let's go ahead and capture their supply. Or try to. Doesn't look like they really have too much. They're pushing here in the middle, so the Old Dominion Guard has now been pushed back as well. So let's get the Bloody Eight into the West Woods. Louisiana Tigers are getting attacked from all sides now. We did take that supply. Alright. Sort of giving up on that flanking maneuver. Didn't really end up the way I was hoping it would. Although we got Warren on the run and we taking some supplies. And we got some troops in these woods here. So Edward's now empty. We'll go ahead and... It's a one-day battle, so we'll go ahead and pull him back. Okay, let's start. I think I'm going to abandon the cornfield area and just go ahead and move all these forces back into the woods. Move the Texas Brigade down here just to take up positions there again. So they are starting to make some headway in crossing this bridge here. Move Schultz forward just to sort of put some fire on them while I move Barksdale up. Now it doesn't look like granted we still have like 3 hours to hold, so this could go longer than I think, and there's still plenty of time for this battle to turn, especially now that like I said, I'm sort of disengaged battle, sort of retreating, trying to take up positions here in the woods. I got a lot of forces in these woods, so hopefully it'll be enough to keep them from taking the Dunker Church. Let's keep the Innocents in the reserve. They've taken enough casualties for one day. Where's Johnson? Move him forward. I'll hold the northern edge of the western woods. He'll hold the southern edge. Marston is now wounded. Oh crap, they pushed Brian back, that's why. God dang it. Ah, dang, he took some casualties. Yeah, it was unfortunate. And we're still chasing Warren across the map. Alright, so we surrendered the East Woods, but like I said, they had to pretty much cross this open field now to really give us any sort of a threat. Where is Wood? There he is. I need ammo up here. That's good. Oh wow, he's almost out of ammunition as well. Even if I can sort of get these two units to sort of force these guys away from the bridge so I can start maybe moving across. In fact, actually, I don't think there's going to be any hope. So I'll go ahead and send these troops forward as well. I think these two units can hold if they even try and make another crossing, which I don't think they will, not with these units on their rear. Doing some damage. They're in good cover, even against canister shot. I'm gonna try something really freaking crazy. I'm gonna move these two units all the way around. How's it going up there? Oh wow, they forced London back. Yeah, we won't keep pursuing. We've pretty much taken Warren out of the battle. We caught Heartland in the open. Still trying to force these guys away. They took up positions in that sort of farmhouse. It's going to be tough sort of forcing them out. And now these guys are out of ammo. I really think I should work on my logistics. Now wood is empty as well. Oh boy, so we're running out of ammo here in the north now. Well, to get a victory I had to hold the Duncan Church. Alright, move forced into these woods just to make sure nobody starts flanking us. I think I'm gonna have to move this division forward, this brigade forward. Now it looks like they have a lot of troops here, but a lot of these units are actually very severely weakened. So I'm actually not too worried. Oh wow, they have even more units coming up. Wonder if they send them north from here. Like this position. Oh, it looks like we finally were able to force them back. That's good. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move Lane and Wood forward there. I'll leave Barksdale and Bryant. We'll go ahead and we'll move Barksdale back, try and get him out of such close range. We'll leave Bryant where they is just so we can see if anybody's crossing the bridge, how these forces doing. So they're doing pretty good here. Wheaton will move up across right along the banks of the creek there. And now Leisure is also empty. Let's see if I can move him forward across the creek. Move Ector out into the open, right onto their flank. Come on, get to the farmhouse before Crook does. Yeah, that's right. Hit him as he goes across the bridge. That's right. Get them to rout. Good job. Actually, no. Ransom just routed. That wasn't a good move. They had a lot more troops there than I thought they did. So they're still really not committing to any sort of major push here. Alright, let's move that Irish Brigade forward and we'll move this one back. We'll also move this gun battery back a little. We'll get extra Billy Smith's boys a little bit more into cover. I didn't realize they were so far out there. How is my artillery doing? Oh wow, look at that. They've had a good go at it. Yorktown batteries had a pretty good go at it too. Williamsburg, not so much, but not terrible either. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of a charge here. We'll hold these guys so they can set up. And the Irish Brigade routed. That's not good. Hopefully we got enough in reserve here. Where are the sharpshooters going? Move up the lousy rag. Get them into the woods. Okay, South was doing okay. Alright. We'll charge that cavalry into them. God dang it. Pull them back. See if we can get their guns to rout. Alright, so we have 59 minutes. I feel like we're gonna hold, although that last charge here in the north is really worrying me, although looks like it's starting to break. Maybe. I mean, they gotta get all the way down here in order to totally break all my troops, so I think we're okay. So let's start talking about... Actually, you know what? We are actually probably going to have to make this 4 episodes, because we are actually starting to, you know, yeah, let's go ahead and make this 4 episodes, because it might get a little sticky here in the terms of situations. So, we'll pick this up in the next episode. Thank you all for watching, and this is General History, signing off. Bye-bye.